Hello there, everybody. It is me, No Name 117 Spore, back with Roller Waves 2, where we find out what happens when you get distracted playing Roller Waves 3 for a while, and now you're like multiple episodes behind on Roller Waves 2. And also what happens when you are only allowed to have one gun caliber on a ship. Currently, we're in a situation where everything possible is getting refit with SAMs. We have two new SAM cruisers building. We have a bunch of SAM-based destroyers building. Some of the CV or CVs are getting SAMs. Their plane counts have had to reduce, and the U.S. is getting ready to go to war with us, which is a problem. Um, so what I need to start doing is I need to start putting aircraft on my aircraft carriers. I also need to request proposals for more aircraft. Um, I probably am gonna have to reduce research down again. So, what is oldest right now? We have a medium bomber from 1942. Our main carrier planes would be the torpedo bomber, fighter, and dive bomber. Those are 45, 45, and 46. And actually, that fighter is still under development. We have a flying boat from 46, and then yeah. So I think it is the medium bomber we need to go for. So I think the first priority on this medium bomber is probably going to be bomb load and then range. Um, and actually, I probably want to rename some of these. So, Goblin Mark 1. Why do we have two Blenheims? Use a different name. Um, hmm. Okay. If I look at types, we got the Skua, Bulldog, Barracuda. We do have the Spitfire, Walrus, Barracuda, Swordfish, Whirlwind, Beaufort, still Barracuda, Defiant, Demon Heart, Martlet, Hurricane, Welkin, Hornet, Nimrod, Osprey, Pergerine, Tempest, Atlas, Warwick, Botha, here, Hampton, on Rock, Meteor, Hampton. What do I call this? Let me look up like list of de Havilland aircraft. You have like a and de Havilland didn't build that many fighter planes or like not fighter planes, war planes it seems. Um, there's a flying boat. You know what? You're the de Havilland Dolphin now. Historically, that's an airliner. But I think that works, especially for a flying boat. We get that back up. Apparently getting pinged in Discord, and I can't do anything about it. I'm recording this. Okay, so Princess Royal is gonna commission in like 2 months actually. So she's gonna take an extra month because of the refit to her fire control. Um, But yeah, the good news is I do have SAMs on a decent amount of the ships now. The Andromash probably would have benefited. But the thing I wanted to work on was air groups here. Okay, so let me grab all the no's and move these somewhere. Well, the medium bombers and yeah, the medium bombers are really expensive squadrons. Yeah, I'm looking at them and realizing that. Okay, so let's move all of you to like No, I did not want to select everything. Fine, move you over there. Go to reserve. You to Harwick for now. Here's to Rossith. Okay, yeah, there we go. Everything which is a no is now somewhere. Um, okay, so Malta and Ark Royal don't have any SAMs on. Oh, no, they do. Good. So I immediately refit those two carriers with SAMs. So I'm trying to think what I want to put where. And then once this is all done, I'm also going to have to work on, what is it? Trying to think. Yeah, once this is all done, I'm going to have to also input all these in the list. So, okay, so I'm going to grab these guys, move them to Ark Royal. Then 2 more fighter squadrons to Ark Royal. So there we go. Ark Royal now has 96 planes. So want to grab 2 fighter squadrons there. Another fighter squadron on Malta. Two dive bomber squadrons, and then a torpedo bomber squadron to CV Malta. Okay. Ark Royal and Malta now have a full crews. These guys not having SAMs is going to be annoying, or the Formidables not having SAMs. I would love to send them in to get SAMs. What would that actually require? So if I wanted to add like a single SAM to them, I got rid of H and I, J and K. Let's add H and I back in as singles, and then J and K back in as singles. Then decrease those to singles, decrease these to singles, and decrease these to singles, and then get rid of H and I again. Yeah, I'd probably have to reduce our count. Like 90 aircraft. Yeah, I think this is probably about what I'd have to do. Maybe reduce another one of those singles, get H and I back in. I'm not doing that yet, but obviously that's a consideration. That would probably be something where I rotate a carrier out temporarily to do that. What's the status of the U.S.? So they have 12 capital ships, so BBs and BCs. Right now they have 8 CVs versus my 13. Although I have like 5 building, So those 5 would be reconstruction. So technically I have 18 CVs, 4 CVLs, I have 9 CVLs, 17 CAs, of which I have 11. I have 22 CLs, although 9 are in refit or building. I think actually 7 are in refit, and 2 are building. Yeah, okay. So it would still be a risky fight, against the US. I'm gonna reduce my research down to like 8%. Okay. So in reserve, I still have all of this. Trying to think what needs to go where. So the 13s, I feel like the 13s were going on something. I think that might be Eagle. Did Eagle get? I don't think Eagle got a Sam. She could probably fit one. Maybe these 14s go on Eagle as well. The 54 out of 81. She's still missing planes. Another fighter group for Eagle. Then, so 67 out of 81. I think that is a group of 14. I'll grab a group of 14 dive bombers for Eagle. Yeah, there we go. Eagle has a full aircraft complement now. Alright. Let's grab this and put this onto Colossus. Okay, so we've got one. Colossus has one too many aircraft. And add another dive bomber unit to Colossus. Okay. Put those 3 fighters on Implacable. Should we have some of these groups with 12 on them? So I think these groups with 12 are these like supposed to go in Pegasus? Yeah. I do have another group of 12 here, which that group of 12 is probably going to go into Unicorn. And we got a bunch of other groups of 16. Torpedo bomber unit of 14. I'll take that 14. Actually, no, I'll take a 14, I'll take a 16, and I'll take a 16. And move all of you onto Implacable. And then reduce the number of the 817 squadron down to 14. There you go. Implacable should now have enough aircraft. So this is enough for one of the other carriers I have, which will probably just be put on once they come out. In terms of where do I actually want the rest of my planes stationed, I mean, probably mostly off the North American East Coast, because I think that is where I'm going to put the entirety of the Navy. So that would be, we need something big at Airbase Portland. I think all of you guys are going to go to Airbase Portland. I think you guys also belong at, actually no, you guys will go to Airbase Halifax. We have multiple flying boat squadrons here. You guys will go to Airbase Portland. Now, right now in reserve, I have all of these guys, which will go on one of the main carriers. So to get these guys out, for now, they will go over to Halifax, which actually exceeds the capability of Halifax. So I'm going to move a squadron out, probably this fighter squadron, to St. John. Portland does need more aircraft. I'm going to change the number of these guys to like 16 at Portland. 8 torpedo bombers there. I'm going to change that number to 16 as well. Means I can add an air unit of 18 at Portland. We already have a lot of fighters there. If I want to request land-based cap, though, getting the additional fighters will be helpful. I'm actually going to... Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change the number of these guys to 12. Change the number of these guys to 12. Change the number of these guys to 12. And now I'm going to add in the rest of these as fighters. So Halifax is currently full, but some of those will eventually be moved out. If I start grabbing some flying boats, I'm going to grab this group of 8 and put them at St. John. Grab this group of 6 and put them at St. John's. This group, and put them at Hamilton. I do believe that Hamilton is a little bit too far away to be able to get much of a fighter complement. I will give them a fighter complement. But I feel like Hamilton's going to need to throw longer range aircraft out. And if I look at the actual aircraft ranges, if I want to make Hamilton properly dangerous, what do I have it send out? So our fighters don't have great range, as far as I can tell. Medium bombers have really good range. The patrol bombers might have pretty good range. Yeah. So what's the new dive bomber at? Range heavy is 325, range medium is 419, whether the torpedo bomber's at. Yeah, Hamilton, the problem is medium bombers are expensive, so I'm not going to get as many of them, but I will get some, and then we can get a set of like 12 dive bombers, and probably like 12 torpedo bombers. St. John should probably get more aircraft, so I'm going to give you like an additional unit of 16 fighters and an additional unit of 16 fighters. Probably some medium bombers. A group of 12. Then other groups of 16 torpedo bombers and 16 dive bombers. Okay, there we go. And if I want kind of at some of my main air bases, I'd probably put in a couple flying boat squadrons of like 6 aircraft. For now, that's where I will leave. Well, I would say for now, that's where I'll leave it at. Um, I have more squadrons I have to put on other carriers here. So Unicorn would need another dive bomber group of 16, or 12 actually, and then 3 fighter groups of 12. Uh, I will copy Unicorn's air group to Africa, but I will change the number of those fighters to 11. I will copy that air group to Estrella. Oh, Colossus is running 3 dive bomber groups. Hold on, change role. This should be a torpedo bomber group. Um, I'll copy that air group to Argus, and then actually copy that air group to Formidable as well. So on these 54 aircraft carriers, so Glorious, Courageous, and oh, Furious got sunk, so Hermes would be the other one. Let's see. What would I want? So let's do a group of 14 dive bombers and a group of 14 torpedo bombers, so that's kind of even. Although actually, are we getting to the point where fighters can take a good amount of payload? Yeah, we are kind of getting to that point. Don't want to change your role, but I do want to change your number down to 12. Actually, no. I'm gonna do 16 dive bombers. Then fighter-wise, that would be preferably 2 groups of 13. There we go. I think that is good. So copy that air group, paste it to Courageous. I feel like Andromeda at this point is basically a backup carrier. Um, so yeah. I think on Venerable and Vengeance, I will only be taking a single, or I'll be taking 3 squadrons, but only a single, or Venerable Vengeance, Dasher, and then the next one to commission. I'm only going to be taking a single group of aircraft, or a single group of strike craft. So that would be a group of 12, add fighters, I'll do a group of 13, and then if I do another, oh, hold on, that's not proper. Let's change the number of these guys to 10. That would now be 11, right, to fill up, so 10, 12, and 12. Why? Experience in that one is good for some reason. Copy your group, paste it to Vengeance, paste it to Dasher, but on Vengeance, I'm going to change the role of the dive bombers to torpedo bombers. Okay. There we go. The entire Navy now has aircraft squadrons. And I do need to deploy a forward force to the North American East Coast. So right now, based on what has air groups, that would be Pegasus, Colossus, Implacable, and Eagle, as well as Malta and Ark Royal. Those are the 6 ships I need to move. So Malta, Ark Royal, Pegasus, Placable, Colossus, and Eagle. You guys move over to the North American East Coast, because you actually have aircraft on you. In terms of what battleships and battle cruisers are in active service, right now that would be these guys. Move over to the North American East Coast. So we already have a fleet there protecting our interests. Heavy cruiser wise, I will probably reactivate the Cresseys here. Well as these guys. You guys can already move to the North American East Coast. Cruiser wise, or light cruiser wise, this is what I have in the active fleet. So you guys move to the North American East Coast. How much should I hate to say it? I think I have to reserve the carriers which aren't moving. Especially those guys in the reserve fleet. Probably actually don't want to keep those two active. Thinking about it more. Okay, so what destroyers are active? You guys should probably be reserved. Those guys are active, so they'll be able to move. You guys are active, so you'll be able to move to the North American East Coast. We actually already have one on the North American East Coast. That will provide us with a bit of a destroyer force. You know, just to kind of start out. These Victor class do need a rebuild though. Oh man, I'm so used to looking at Rule of the Waves 3, it's really weird to just see this and be like, oh man, that's what this looked like. I really want to see if I can get a SAM on this, but I'm not sure it's a good idea. Yeah, no, it's not a good idea. I can do this. Yeah, I think that is the smart move to rebuild these old destroyers. This is going to be really costly, isn't it? Game? Oh god. And my taskbar isn't showing. Game? Please? Hold on. Okay, my computer's been acting like really strange recently. I need to halt something under construction as much as I hate to say it, and I think that's gotta be, Queen Mary. No, I'll resume construction and reduce the research budget. I think I'll be able to survive when Princess Royal commissions, but maybe not. Yeah, I'm not sure I can do this without halting Queen Mary for a turn. So I'm going to halt Queen Mary for this turn. I will go to... Here's what I'll do. I'll go to war, or at the very least, go into a specific point. Hermes has finished her reconstruction. I will sell that to Japan. Depth charge mortar enables trainable depth charge mortars. Awesome. Skip bombing increases effectiveness of level bombers and anti-shipping attacks. That is great to have just unlocked. Right. We're not yet at war with the US. I cannot afford to start work on Queen Mary again. Yeah, everything has like full air squadrons at this point. I'm going to copy this air group again onto Hermes, in which I think I will immediately deploy Hermes since she has a SAM. Actually, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to disband the squadrons on Hermes. I'm going to grab the squadrons from Courageous, put them on Hermes, and then add, and then paste, hold on, copy the air group from Hermes onto Courageous. So Hermes now has a full air group ready to go. Let me activate those. Does this have any SAMs? No, they don't. You guys should probably move to the North American East Coast. Yeah. Okay, what ships do I currently have under construction? So, the Indefatigable and Audacious are 4 turns out. Charger will be completing here in just a moment. Princess Royal will also complete here. Royal Sovereign and Resolution are almost done. Some of the early Mons class destroyers are almost done as well, and those will get me more SAMs in the fleet too. Okay. So Dasher I can't deploy yet. The 2 Venerables I can deploy. North American East Coast. Unicorn will be deployed to the North American East Coast. Formidable, Argus, all these carriers will be deployed to the North American East Coast. Of anything else I can activate. Did I refit any of these guys with SAMs? No, I didn't even refit Renown with SAMs. Leave them in the reserve fleet for now. I will deploy in Constant to the North American East Coast. But of the modern battle cruisers, she's really the only one without SAMs. And I think I will also make a determination for this series in that I'm probably not going to play this series out to the very end. What I'll probably do is I'll play out this war, and then that's where I'm going to call it. The inevitable next war. So this series won't be going to 1955. The German series won't be going to 1955, but I do plan on doing one last live stream to wrap up the current war in that. So I'm just gonna wrap these up early, but I think it's still sufficiently late in them, and enough history was in both of these series to have made it worthwhile in both cases. Okay. Charger's commission, Princess Royal is commissioned. I will sell that to the Russian government. Our new fighter is ready. I want to get her out so badly. I think I can do one turn of constructing her. I'm constructing Queen Mary. Air groups. Charger now has Dashers, same air squadron. So I'm going to hold off on activating the rest of those for now. One more turn. Dasher has finished working up, 2 cruisers, 7 destroyers have finished reconstruction. Okay. Germany's already scrapped a CV. Interesting. I can sustain this for another turn, and some of the Mons class destroyers will complete. Anyway, I think I'm going to call this episode here. Actually, I'm not. I'm not going to call it here yet. These are 94 aircraft groups, right? Yes. Where's a place where I can... These places. So, I want 94 aircraft. In reserve... I thought I had a group in reserve. Oh, wait, no. It's at, It's over here. So a little bit's in St. John, and a lot is in Portland, if I recall correctly. Not Portland, Halifax. So we got yes, 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 yes. So we have a 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, and then a 15. So I'm going to change this 15 to a 14. And then that will all go on one carrier. So that would be dive bomber, 2 torp bombers, and 2 fighters. Now, over here, I'm going to add in the other carrier trained squadrons. So 16, 16. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Fighter, carrier trained, 16. Add air unit, fighter, 16, carrier trained. Add air unit, dive bomber. 15, add air unit, dive bomber, 15, carrier trained. Add air unit, torpedo bomber, 15, carrier trained. Not 15, 16 on that. I will add that here as well. So fighter 16, fighter 16, fighter 16, torpedo bomber 16, dive bomber 15, sorry, then dive bomber 15. And these all need to be carrier trained. So then just around here too, fighter 16, carrier trained, fighter 16, carrier trained, fighter 16, carrier trained, torpedo bomber 16, carrier trained, dive bomber 15, carrier trained, and then another dive bomber 15, carrier trained. Alright, so now I have all of the air squadrons I need for all my ships. And I'm actually going to add some flying boats at these air bases. Copy air group to there, to there. I don't expect a lot of fights in the Caribbean anymore. Air unit, flying boat, at air unit, flying boat, at air unit, flying boat. Reduce that one to 10. Okay. So there you go. All the air squadrons are there. We got the battlecruiser Princess Royal. Unfortunately, she does not have any surface-to-air missiles. And I think that is where I will call this episode. While I'm offline, sometime while I'm offline, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back through and rename all of the aircraft squadrons. Because I'm pretty certain that you don't want to see that, and that's what I did, or, that's what I did last time, too. I feel like I will also send the CVL Dasher here into the North American East Coast. So, with that, thank you everyone for watching this series, thank you anyone who's still watching this series, despite, the Rule of Waves 3 content coming out. Rule of Waves 3 will be out on May 18th, if you're interested in that. From when this video releases, I believe that'll be 8 days. So, yeah, get it when you can. It's better than this. Anyway, down below, I should have links to my Discord, Twitch, and Twitter. I think I have links to a Rule the Waves Discord as well, like a semi-official one. Pseudo-official is kind of what I call it if you want to join that too. I have to check. I think that's in the standard thing. Yeah, it is. It is. So if you want to join that, that's down below as well. Talk about Rule the Waves 2 and 3 and whatever. And yeah, I will see you next time with more of this series. Series will go until, whatever happens with the next war happens. Although I could end it right now and end on 69 Prestige, and that would be very nice. Alright, bye!